Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. We are on the DiViNE Dubai Interview Summit, where I'm sharing again my executive network with some of you interested in launching, scaling, or expanding your business into the MENA region. For those of you that don't know that term, MENA region is the word that we use to talk about the Middle East, North Africa region. And this is actually a very interesting emerging market. Right now, there are so many amazing business prospects. It's a metropolis, very active business arena with many, many global projects and global events happening or showcasing through Dubai. So I like to say that Dubai is a place to network through and not just to, which means that you won't just be reaching the local Emirati population and all the internationals in Dubai, but you will also have the chance to work into international groups that come and represent what they do in Dubai and or have the branch or offshoot office or representative office in the region. Now, this is a very interesting prospect for those of you that are what I call conscious businesses or interested in social responsibility as a business, because you have the opportunity with Women of Truth to work a little bit into the health sector and present your work as a socially conscious business in sponsoring our event there. We are going on the 31st of May. And I'm going to share my screen so I can give you a little introduction to the work that we're busy organizing, wanting to bring a much more important message to the global arena in this way about women's integrative health. I don't know if any of you know, but we often have a very interesting journey to success as women. Many women actually burn out or they suffer a chronic illness on their path to career success. And sometimes they go through many struggles in decision-making around their own personal lives in terms of having a partner, having a child. There's very high rates now of cancer in women, infertility, and we've seen an extraordinary rise in anxiety and substance abuse. And this is a very troubling demographic because it really compromises the quality of motherhood for the future, which means the quality of the next generation's parenting is compromised if the mother's health is jeopardized in any way. So we've taken it quite seriously as a movement. We call ourselves Women of Truth. It's run by me, founded by me in 2015. I started conferencing in Cyprus, Limassol, under the name of Yin Alithia, which was really a pilot project to look at what are the deeper needs that women need in order to step into more leadership positions and more decision-making. And then, of course, it followed on with years of conferencing until now, and another conference that took place in Rotterdam as well. And we worked on professional and personal growth topics, but really always looking at what is the deeper truth, what are the deeper issues that we need to be addressing as women in order to manage this changing stress and changing demographic of burnout and chronic illness, as I mentioned. And we found some very interesting insights. In fact, it came out of interviews with 100 global female leaders. It's a research project I started in 2016 and have recently published the book that actually speaks about the answers to the biggest question that I asked them, which is, what is the biggest lies that women believe and what is the truth? And from these answers, it's become very clear that we need to work much more into financial stability, into accepting and taking power as women, but also into our blind spots. We tend to inferioritize ourselves or grandiosely exaggerate ourselves in our psychology and in the way that we look at our own value. So the book actually explains how to do that. And that book will be presented at this conference, which you see here presented on the 31st of May, 2024 in the Avani Hotel in Dubai. This is our Dubai project. And just following on in October, we have another project in Cyprus where we have more of a retreat format, but also a one-day conference at the Aphrodite Hills Hotel. We are actually very excited about this because we've seen a rise of interest in the global market for what they are calling now multidisciplinary approaches to health and wellness. We've seen a rise in mental health issues. We've seen lots of people talking about stress management and really looking at the new way to do this on LinkedIn. So we know we're on track and we really want to be ahead of the curve, presenting more and more health solutions and new innovative strategies for health and wellness for everyone, but specifically this year in Dubai for women. So we give the opportunity to all of you out there to grow global with us. We have a panel of speakers that are keynoting for us on the day, and they are going into a format that explains the body-mind connection very well and very strongly. And you see them over here presented, a lineup of speakers that are then also showcasing and introducing what is the award ceremony. This is a very exciting project that we are celebrating in Dubai, and the real reason for going there is to then give awards to 4 categories of women who are in our network and who are global female leaders in their own right. Some are academics, some are authors, some are scientists, some are doctors, some are innovators and health strategists that have worked across the spectrum to bring new and innovative ways of approaching the body-mind connection in the work they do. So the first group are actually women that were featured in the book, and these are women that are from different sectors, mainly in wellness, and some have a very specific niche interest, and they are presented in a visibility package through the first book, which I just mentioned, which actually just hit bestseller. Very, very excited about that. Second group of women are muses, women strategically supporting the vision of Women of Truth to bring on a mastermind of 5 years, work on this topic of how do we improve the integrative approach in health and wellness for women and mothers of the future. Each of these women in their own right do something very strategic for the development of women and women leadership in particular. And over here, we have the second category of Themis Award winners, women that I specifically chose that I believe have great vision, women that stand for social justice in some way, shape, or form. These are incredible women that I asked to nominate someone in the health sector. And you see down over here just a collection of those women. If you want a better representation, you can get this on our website, which is under my business name, helenaha.com. So as a quick introduction for tonight's open plan interview-based type summit, we have the awardees presented to you here, the Musa Award winners, the Themis Award winners, and then the IHEA Award ceremony, which will also then showcase these health strategists. We're very excited to be in partnership with some great people through this event. We have a great global media partner called I Am Magazine. We're offering very special visibility packages for the female leaders and anyone else interested in going global with your content. We're also working with an SEO branding consultant expert, Elena Andreu, who you'll see very shortly on the live. And we also have 2 other partners from the Dubai landscape. Dr. In our health category actually nominated one of these ladies, and the other lady was nominated again by one of the women in the Themis category. And these 2 women are really great, excellent partners that we recommend you work with, and we will be introducing you to them because they are MENA region experts. So these are ladies that run magazines. They are PR and publicity experts, and they really will help take your brand into the Dubai marketplace and then advise and guide you to bring on very specific business planning and to really look strategically at how you grow and develop. Now, we have a very interesting collection of women working globally with us. They are volunteering, they are interns, and they also support the cause in many varying ways. You'll see them over here. Many women based in the Cyprus space, but we also have some internationals working for us and with us abroad. Over here is a sponsorship package, and if any of you want to know more about this process, we can send you this PDF, or as I mentioned before, you can pick it up from our website, and I'll put all those links on the lives. Just for your information, we do actually have an executive network sharing event every 2 weeks. So we work bi-monthly in bringing on very specific experts who are collaborating with us, supporting what we're doing, and who are part of our network. So you've seen already a video possibly with Naushin Mukhtar, who told us very strong information about innovation and quality-based products and services as the most important thing to think about when you want to bring your business to Dubai. And so now we're going to move on to Elena Andreu. She is our personal branding consultant and SEO expert. She is somebody based in Cyprus, but has had extensive experience working in different markets and in different countries through her career. She's a pride and joy for the Cyprus island, because very few people have the kind of expertise that Elena does, and the kind of devoted experimental approach to really understanding, first of all, what is the beginning status of you and your brand, and then how do you take that brand to the next level. And by experimenting with different research tactics that she herself uses, she starts to understand the market in a very, very important and unique way, and she can translate that to us laymen's people who don't really know a lot about tech in ways that we can definitely understand that, and then start seeing how to grow strategically, which is the work that she's specialized to help people do. Before we get any further, I just want you to know that on these lives, you will see the URL for each person that I'm sharing with you, so you can go and have a look at them online. And if you have any questions, you can put them on this box, and if they are specific for our guests, I can forward them onto them, and then you can see if they comment back on it on this post, or you can go and reach out to them online. So Elena Andreou, introducing her as the SEO specialist, a business strategist, as well as a personal branding consultant. She's driving business growth by empowering and maximizing digital authority. Welcome, Elena. Lovely to have you.
Thank you, Veronique. Thank you for the introduction. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you very faintly. Maybe you could put a bit of volume. Let's just see.
Okay, let me try that. But I don't think that it will help. It's maximum.
Maximum. Okay.
Well,
that's all good. Let's go ahead, and I'll be happy to work into the repeating of certain things if we can't hear, but I can hear you well enough. So Elena, very soon you will see our partner in Dubai jumping on as well, Nalshin, and also Ambassador Adeshola Onadipe. And we might even have a chance to have a discussion with them. But for now, I want to just ask your expertise on one area or one aspect that you think people really need to think about if they are thinking of expanding or growing in a country or a place different to where they live in terms of their online visibility. What would you say is really important for them to focus on?
So, we live in digital era. There's no need anymore to emphasize that. The problem is that when someone tries to expand in a new market, people will really do their research, and they will try to see who that person is.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how strong the business might look. It is important to understand who is the person behind that business. So here is where personal branding, let's say, kicks in. Now, there are a lot of personal branding specialists, consultants all over the world. And they can create theoretically, they can create an amazing image for anyone. However, the issue is how you project that on the web.
Yes.
So where my expertise comes in, I'm a SEO specialist, and I've studied algorithms for many, many years. And it's still one of my biggest passion to understand and control the algorithm. So if I know how the algorithm works, I can project whatever I want on the web on the way I want. So the biggest, let's say, challenge nowadays is to be able to project the information, the image on the web. For that, you need to understand how algorithms are working, how they retrieve certain information, and how they provide that information to the people that they are searching.
Yes.
And okay, there are a lot of tools nowadays. You need to understand how artificial intelligence works, how you can use those tools to support and build someone. Let's say we know that there are tools that they work on with artificial intelligence. However, you need to mix this knowledge and reading the data with the other pieces to be able to promote someone.
Yes. Very important that you mention how the online visibility is what people will see of you before they meet you. And I have a look through your LinkedIn, and I know you quite well. I've seen you teach and speak many times. And I think one thing that we have worked a lot on just in conversation as well is the website that converts. So really being able to take a client from the visibility of where they find you and see you to them becoming an actual client, a possible client, becoming an actual client, is this piece of conversion. And I know you have a lot of strategies and a lot of teaching content on how to optimize that conversion. So I just thought perhaps tonight we could look at the piece of SEO and explain it to people that really need to know one of the newest trends in SEO, or let's just say an update on SEO, what's happening with SEO nowadays, because many of us knew about it when we started websites, but I'm very sure that it's changed so much to really optimize. And then if you could say something as well about the personal branding piece, if somebody wants to become more visible somewhere else, again, what is the SEO piece they need to think about? And what is this personal branding authority ranking that I know you specialize in?
Obviously, website is still one of the most important pieces. However, things have changed a lot, and SEO is not anymore about keywords research or implementing the best keywords.
Right.
Nowadays, SEO is much more than, and everybody use this word quality content, but what quality content? So what have changed a lot is that, we have artificial intelligence. Everybody have heard about ChatGPT, BART, or Gemini, or many other tools. However, for the last couple of actually days, it was 5th of March, Google released a huge update, and it's penalizing websites that are trying to rank with artificial intelligence.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So now what we are really focusing is finding, let's say, a solution to create that quality content without to get penalized, because of course you need to understand how artificial intelligence creates content and what you need to do to differentiate from that.
Yes, yes,
so
absolutely.
SEO, it's much more now than keywords or even search intent. Search intent was the hugest, let's say, update for the last 2 years, let's say, when you need to be aware what tags are associated with your brand, with your name, what information ranks about you, what value that information has, and what impact will have. Let's say it's not anymore just about protecting your image.
Yeah,
you need to understand what impact that content that is ranking about you will have on whoever is reading and searching that. So yeah, we have a lot of updates.
Yeah.
And it's quite, let's say, philosophical more, the way we have to, read data and implement all these strategy and pieces to make it work properly and avoid any, let's say, damages or harm, let's say.
Yeah, it's
very difficult nowadays to project, and there were a lot of people ranking and a lot of content ranking that was not quite quality. They knew how to play it. Now you have to play it properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get penalized.
Thank goodness for that.
Yes, it
is
the time that now it will show who proper put the effort and work, and who has the knowledge.
Yes.
And can manage all these different pieces.
Yeah, the real quality in the content and the real quality of expertise. So it's becoming more like a science, I've understood. It's not just a skill anymore. There's a real science to really proper value that you add to the market and being able to transmit that through your visibility. I want to just share with people also something that I know they may not know about you. You actually run an NGO. You have many ways that you help entrepreneurs develop and grow because of the extortionate marketing budgets we know we have to think about and bypass if we are SMEs. So perhaps just tell people, what are you most passionate about now, and maybe a little bit more about, the projects that you actually are running at the moment.
Okay. I'm doing my doctoral studies, and I chose particular personal branding because was something that costed me when I started to work on my own. When you work for big companies, you get paid well, everything is fine, you know, at the end of the month you get paid and everything is perfect. When I started to work on my own, I realized that I neglected to build me, although I used to build businesses, I used to build companies, I used to build people. And that was, you know, the most painful moment that it was hard to deal with. So I decided that I'm gonna properly study that. And it's been for now almost 3 years that I'm researching. And I've realized that there are a lot of valuable women out there. The subject of my thesis is it's gender stereotype, a barrier to build a personal brand for female entrepreneurs in Cyprus. Although I've realized that there are a lot of valuable and skillful and knowledgeable women, they don't have maybe the knowledge or maybe the budget to project themselves, and they have something valuable to add to this world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what I am passionate is to reach that point that I will be able to help and support valuable women that don't have, like, let's say now the means, the budget, or let's say the knowledge to put something out there.
Yeah. Such an important cause, really, because this is the rising leadership status and quota in the world right now is coming a lot from women, and equally so as men, but certainly a lot of growth happening. I'm very glad we've had the chance to meet you, talk to you. Anybody interested can go and check out Elena's profile, have a bit of a look at the kind of content and work that she's busy with. She just ran a fabulous conference. I'm going to say goodnight to you, Elena, and bring on my next guest, but I just want people to know also that you're helping us with the SEO for the sponsors on the high end for the project in Dubai. Anybody that sponsors on the higher end packages will get some assistance of a background check, an audit by Elena, which is really quite pristine and quite comprehensive. It's very, very accurate on how are you ranking online. You might think you're doing a fabulous job, but actually you might find out you have some negative backlinks, all kinds of new and interesting things you need to know about in order to optimize. Thank you so much, Elena, and thanks again for making time. Over to our next guest, I want to share with you the profile link as well on the video that you are seeing in the live stream on YouTube, or if you're catching this on LinkedIn, you can see that there too. Her name is Ambassador Helen, but her traditional name is Adeshola, which I love saying. And also another nice, beautiful word is Onadipe. So Ambassador Adeshola Helen Onadipe, she is in fact a PR and publicity MENA region media sponsor for Women of Truth, but she's also the director and the PR Nigeria diaspora for the president-elect in Dubai, for the Dubai chapter, and she's a lobbyist, an ambassador, World Peace Tracts, a woman of substance, and Saint Mother Teresa University India connection there, also a founder and publisher of the Ladies in Business magazine Global. This is a magazine that I've been featured in, that I've worked in, I've sent some of my leaders to write articles for, and it's a really interesting fact that we now have a very interesting, inclusive community of women from all over the world working in Dubai already. And Ambassador Adeshola Helen Onadipe is collecting some of these women, showcasing them, adding visibility opportunities to them by running the She Awards. She hosts really great photo shoots and dances, boogies around the client to really boost the morale and self-esteem of these great women who are being showcased and stepping more and more into their own spotlight. And for that, we've decided to partner with her to also assist and contribute towards this landscape by adding more interesting international women in the mix and introducing them to Dubai. And then also for women who want to take their businesses there or want to explore lead generation there, she has a platform and a space for you to interact in. So we're going to have a chat with her. Welcome. Helen, it's really nice to have you. Ambassador Adeshola, great to be with you again. We've spoken before, and congratulations again on your nomination as a Woman of the Health Award. I would really like to start off just by having you explain to people a bit more about how you're working at the moment, because I know recently you set up the African Arab Chamber of Commerce. So perhaps you can tell us a little bit about that to start off with. What does it add to female leaders that want to come into Dubai and explore opportunities to trade and do business in emerging markets in Africa or Arab continent?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for having me. It's my great pleasure to be here. Nice, wonderful presentation by you, Elena, by the way. I don't know if I've met you before. Well
Probably not.
done, well
No.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Elaine, my namesake. I mean, it's not a coincidence that I'm part of whatever you're doing. Like I said, and like my motto that I said all the time, we women, we have to support one another for whatever we
Yeah.
are doing. Whatever you're doing in your country may be something that is more valuable in my country. And that being said, getting to Dubai was a wonderful journey for me. About 6 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And the basic of all those things is it's the essence of taking your local business to a global level. And
Right.
that is what I used to tell all the women. Let's go global. You don't remain local. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So that is what I've been selling. And really, that has really helped me in a long while in Dubai. And I'm going to say on the emphasis of having proper engagement with people. You see, I used to say something also that people are actually not patronizing you based on what you're selling. They are patronizing whom you are. They are patronizing empathy. They are patronizing how will I call it? We are selling emotions, you understand? Because when you have the opportunity to be, deeply engaged with people, with what they are doing, with what they need, that way they'll feel more important. And because, like I used to say, so many other people can do what you're doing, they can easily patronize somebody else, but why not you? You understand? So, which makes the difference. And I'm going to say I'm a very great player when it comes to that, when it comes to, having deep conversation, engagement with people. And it has really helped me to cut across my friends in the Arab region, the locals from Dubai to Abu Dhabi to Ras Al Khaimah to Ajman, mention them. You understand? So to talk about the African Arab thing, all these things brought about the same thing also, because I was able to see between the Africa, region where I come from, where I represent, and I've been able to dive it into the Arab region. I've seen some familiarities, a common ground where we can actually bring the women from each region together to bridge the gap and have a common goal together. And that has been my job. And doing that, it's something that I think is been of a duty call for me ever since all these days, even though in the in the in the past years, Arab and Africa have actually been trading in a big way, like especially with the women passing through the desert from the Middle East back to Africa. You understand? So there is also there is already history of trade between Africa and the Arab region. So why not make it and bring it to life right now, and let's make it happen and continue on that level. So that was the essence of me, bringing up the African Arab Women Chamber of Commerce. So this Chamber of Commerce is going to be representing the women both from Africa region and the Arab region to come together for business, for networking, for what have you. You understand? But on a bigger level than what I've been doing before from the magazine community, which I now extend to the She Awards and another one right now on between Africa and the Arab region.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us, Adeshola, what's happening with the demographic of readers, the audience, like people wanting to promote in the magazine, have access to the Dubai marketplace because the magazine goes out there. And I know you have this interesting double cover concept where you have two women on the cover from front and back, and it reads both ways. And
Absolutely.
they have access then also to the African diaspora and the African continent through the other travel that you do, because I know you move between countries. And I know you've had some readership outside of the Dubai and Africa region. So just take us through that a little bit. What kind of visibility do people get if they work with the magazine?
Absolutely. It's a global magazine, like I said, because, based on what I've researched, that, we have women of, different disciplines from various, aspects from different countries. Because of the visibility that we really want to reach out, we have been represented in 15 different countries, ranges from Africa. I'm talking of UK, US, Netherlands, Switzerland, um, Oman, Saudi Arabia, apart from UAE, of course, apart from Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, Cameroon, and so on, and we're still counting. So we actually have representatives in all these countries. They are representing the magazine. So through them, through their channel, we're using it to expand the magazine reach out to all these various countries, because we have them representing us as our board of director of the magazine. So these are women that are representing the company, that are representing the magazine, because they have their own community, they have their own platform of what they are doing. So we have them be representing the magazine, and through them, we're able to reach out to every other woman doing businesses in their countries and in their own community. So, like I said, we're still counting, to the extension of the expansion of the magazine
Yeah.
outreach.
Great. So I think the big question for a lot of us that would want to, let's say, teach, coach, train, support ad services to that rising demographic of businesswomen, want to know a little bit more about the needs of that market and what we could bring to Dubai and network into Dubai in order to be of value. We don't want to be bringing things that already exist. Dubai is very progressed. I know the tech is future age, and I know there are many services there already and many people competing. It's quite a competitive business landscape,
Absolutely.
as it should be, right? Because that's what's promoting all that growth. So a lot of
Absolutely.
ambition, a lot of glamour, a lot of serious business, and I'm sure also a lot of stuff moving between all of that. So what kind of
Absolutely.
demographic of businesswomen is there, and what do they really need that you don't see Dubai offers? If you could help
Yes.
us with that.
I want to say this, and it's practically what I use. I want to say that when you're coming to Dubai, to establish your business, apart from, what I said earlier, to get people engaged deeply, try to have one or two conversation, join one or two community platform. If you're a woman like me, when I got there, I was, I joined Dubai Business Women Council, Sharjah Business Women Council, Abu Dhabi Business Women Council. So with all these women in all these different platform and councils, I was able to, to have my network easy. But again, I'm gonna say, please come with your A game.
Yeah.
A game in the sense that you have to do something different, cliche, something catchy. And how can you do that? To have a proper survey research is very, very important when you're bringing your business down to Dubai, so that you'll be able to know where to bring out your own A game, so that you don't do the same thing that everybody is saying, that everybody is doing. So that even though, let's assume, I mean, I can boastfully say that upon getting to Dubai with my magazine, like about 4 different women started their own magazine also. I took that as a compliment, because if you're doing something good, that's when people want to copy you. If it's not good, nobody's going to copy you, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So make sure you come with your A game. Have a proper research. Look out for what is not there. And thereafter, you'll be able to know how to come in into the market. You'll be able
Mhm.
to know their need. You'll be able to know how to rub their ego. You'll have been able to study the culture. You'll have been able to study the people, how they react, how to behave. You understand how they behave to, to their needs, or when they're buying something, or whatever that their need is. So all these things I used to tell people, just don't just dash in and just think that you're gonna make things happen. No, if not, you're gonna go back to square one. And most people ended up leaving the country. I was there, I've been there for 6 years now and still counting. And I can see a lot of things that people are doing. People love to copy other people and all that. But again, if you are really, really having the potential attention to sit down and meditate and look, make your proper research, there are always something, just like the way I came up with the African Arab Women Chamber of Commerce. There is nothing like that before. It's
Yeah.
as a result of what I'm doing with the people I'm relating with from home and from Dubai and the Arab region that got into me and say, hey, let's have this platform. That will be an easy bridge gap for us to, have this women coming together. And that has been my mission, and it's been a wonderful one.
Yeah, I've loved that you spoke about this as a calling in some way, that you feel very passionate about really building these kinds of pathways from what you see resonating between your cultural background and what you see as an opportunity. So I get that very clearly in the work that you're doing, and congratulations for that recent innovation as well. I think it's a really great platform to be able to look at the trade, which is changing. A lot of things are changing in the market post-COVID as well. So
Absolutely.
really good to know if people want to start attracting or connecting with the African diaspora, they can do that as well through Dubai. And of course, if we want to be supporting business professional women with expertise, knowledge, resources through
Yeah,
Dubai, again, that's a nice place to also meet those women that are rising and starting to look for more support or
absolutely.
guidance, because we definitely have that in our network. And I just want to make the mention here that you were nominated for the Health Award because you're also a health coach, and you've also done a lot for the self-esteem of women, I think, in general, through the publicity and PR work. So just take
Thank
note,
you.
everybody watching on the second level there, you'll see Ambassador Helena Deshola Nadipe from Dubai. She was nominated by Charu Malhotra from Singapore. So this is the group of women we're going to be awarding. You'll see some of them in Dubai on the 31st of May, and you see in the little circles the women that actually referred them to us. And you see at the bottom over here quite a long stretch of women that I nominated myself, because I started realizing I know so many amazing women that have done something great for health. And so each one of these
Absolutely.
women were nominated there. Unfortunately, some can't join us, but others will definitely be ready to take their award from stage. So, Ambassador, one more thing from you about the real gaps in the market right now in Dubai. I know you've been there a while. You've also seen a lot of the growth happening in Dubai, because there was a time where Dubai was just Dubai as an
Yeah,
idea, and quite a fantastic concept, but it was quite measured. Whereas now it seems like it's sort of grown so big and expanded so beyond anyone's expectations that it's taken on a life of its own. Some people are calling it the new Las Vegas, or the other Las
absolutely.
Vegas. So what do you see as the gap? If we look at women professionals, businesswomen that are on the rise in Dubai looking for opportunities, what do you think they are not getting that we could think of innovating solutions for, if anything? Do you see any gaps in the market?
Um, I wouldn't say there is such quite well, because I can tell you, sorry, I can tell you the government is really, really trying, involving the women in everything here in Dubai, to make sure that they are involved with one thing or the other. I mean, women are not being left out here, trust me.
Yes.
And for every opportunities of every benefit for women empowerment, for women business and all that, the government is really, really opening doors for the women. And
Yeah.
it's not just about the local women, it's every nationalities. It's not about wherever you come from or whom you are, whether you're black or white. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to do with race. It's cut across every nationalities here in Dubai. So the government is really, really interested in anything and everything for the women. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that I mean, everything, just like you mentioned, is more or less turning to Las Vegas. Like really, they are bringing in the first ever casino in Arab region into Rasakema.
Really? I thought that was not
Yes.
allowed. I thought it wasn't allowed to gamble in general in that region.
Absolutely, but I
But they've
tell you,
changed
they are
that.
being extremely open. They are very
Wow.
open right now. They are doing so many things, and they are not being like, the Muslim thing or maybe Arab thing kind of a thing. No, they are going so modern, being open to so many things for opportunities for people, to bring them or to, for them to do some one or two things in their country. So it's not the rigid type of Dubai, old Dubai anymore. You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
So
It's opened up a lot. Yeah.
exactly. So by so doing, I'm telling you, there are a lot of opportunities that women can actually open themselves to, depending on your career, depending on whatever you're doing. You will always find yourself to land in something, especially when you're connected with the right people, with the right source that can guide you through. I mean, the sky is just the limits, trust me.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So
Yeah.
we've got our last question here, and then we're going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you for joining me. What are you most passionate about now, Adeshola? What are you busy with now that people can learn more about?
Well, of course, like you all know, the next thing to happen is She Awards that I'm doing in Ghana because I felt that let me take it home a bit because I've been doing it in Dubai for 4 years now. So I said, let me take it home and let's see how it goes, so that we have the opportunity to give the African women to be part of it. So the next thing that I'm doing right now is the She Awards Global that I normally, annual She Awards. It's coming up next month in Ghana, and right now all the awardees slots and everything is already filled. Trust me, and we have people flying from UK, from US, from Turkey, from of course African countries, and of course from Dubai as well. To be part of this She Awards. I mean, it's always a global event where we have different people from different nationalities, that do participate. So I mean, it's a great lookout
Yeah.
for. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So, bringing more and more women in, bringing more and more niche events in their home countries, and then connecting them to this global network again as well. So, lots and lots of opportunities for us to grow and expand our synergies. So, it's been really great spending time here looking at the possibilities of this world connecting up in many different ways, and you managing this really great bridge between Africa and the Arab continent and the Emirati people as well. So, thank you very much for joining us and giving your
My
time again to
pleasure.
this. We look forward to continuing working with you. And as a media sponsor for us, we know that the magazine will be promoting the Women of Truth conference. So if any of you want to have a look at the magazine, you can go and check out Ambassador Adeshola's LinkedIn profile, and you'll see many of the magazines listed. I was showing them in the background at a certain point, and there you'll see quite clearly different publications in the digital format. And then you can also inquire if you want to come on one of our sponsorship packages where we have a special PR promotion in one of those. If you come on those higher end sponsorship packages, we actually will buy some special coverage for you in the magazine and promote you as well. So you need to decide quite quickly for that because we have only a few months left before the event. And Ambassador, I say good night to you. Thanks again for your time. Lovely to have
Thank
you.
you so
And we'll
much.
speak again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. Have a great
Yeah.
day.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
bye-bye.
So to everybody, last mention I have for you tonight is the really beautiful, auspicious moment that happened in the beginning of this week where we actually had the launch of our book. And I say our because this was a book that featured many women showcased. And it started off with interviews of, as you see here, 80 interviews and 73 speakers a few years back. And then I took it up to 100 interviews and 170 speakers at the 5 events that I've run so far. Very exciting times because to see a project like this complete, it was really a labor of love, but one that was very much more symbolic and meaningful than most book projects that are always a labor of love, because this one involved a chronic illness that I recovered from, immigrating to another country, immigrating back to my home, making it all the way through COVID, and actually managing to work with these 100 interview formats and then collate it into the 3 biggest lies that women actually believe ongoingly through their lives. And sometimes even female leaders have these lies running in the background. And then I present in the book the remedy for this. And I'm very happy to say this book made it to bestseller. We had a special launch over the weekend through Women's Day and Women's Weekend, a whole series of events happening. I was at the Cyprus Diaspora and then had the live launch where we showcased again the women in the book who are themselves leaders in their own right and who had the visibility opportunity to work with me on this and be showcased and then come and speak on our stages. And these are women that are now, some of them actually represented in the award space. Some of them were given an award, and some of them are going to be joining us as well in Dubai, where they will be in a fireside chat about their work currently. And here you see them on the right-hand side, these different women presented here, which are in the book. We had another panel of women here in Cyprus for the Women of Truth book reveal and conference, which went deep into trauma and understanding how trauma affects women's health. And then you'll see here just a personal accolade of, 3 reasons that I decided to focus on health myself as Women of Truth. And the team of women we have around us continuing to grow as we give more and more visibility opportunities for women locally and globally. We are inviting you to take the podium if you're interested. Here in Cyprus, we will have the event in October where you can take up a speaker position. And then in Dubai, we have 2 or 3 speaker slots left. So you would become a speaker sponsor and join up as a pay-to-play participant and then take a slot which needs to be relevant to the topic of women's health and integrative health, body-mind connection. We're looking for the next round of book participants, women that want to write a chapter, this time on the way that you as a woman crack the mold. So how did you manage in your life and career to become a distinct individual with a unique point of view, someone who's not living up to the expectations of others, someone who lives in her own power, her own right, and who has something to explain about that, what it took to be able to arrive at that place. And I'm just going to make a quick reference to this on my website, where if you are interested, you can go and have a look and see if you would like to participate in this next book project, which gives you then access to a marketing and visibility option through the book. You see it over here, the visibility book chapter, Women Who Crack the Mold. And over here is the initial book that I just mentioned that made it to bestseller. So you'll read about the options to join us in Dubai or Cyprus, a little bit more over here, and you can join one of our book signings. We've already had this launch. I have done a few other book projects, and I'm writing another one on the neuroscience of drumming. But the one I want to draw your attention to is over here, Women Who Crack the Mold. And it's a very interesting page where you can read all the bios of the women that were featured initially. So you know that we deal with high caliber women who are very distinct and unique in their own right. And I work with you as well if you need help to extract a little bit more of your signature style or your USP, but really looking more at your intellectual property and your message. What are you standing for as a global female leader? And we have, such a range of great messages, like, for example, Connection Before Correction of the organic pharmacist, who's also featured in our current book. Sarah Yaga, who was featured for her cultural anthropology and her approach to the womb and how important the sacred embodied wisdom aspect of female divinity is in life. We have many amazing women. You can go through this whole list. You'll meet some of them. For example, Dr. Tanja Bagar, she's an assistant professor in Slovenia, has done a really interesting research to explain what's called endocannabinoids and how they are compromised when we are in stress situations. And so she's developed a whole clinic that deals with female-based cancers. and many more women that we are showcasing here. If you want to become a woman showcased like this with us in the coming book project, you can head on over to the section over here that says books, or you can go to the section which is Woman of Truth and read about the whole Dubai process. You'll see here we have, again, that same image of the cracked Aphrodite, because that's one of our concepts. The Dubai project explained for you over here, a little bit more about the awards ceremony, and then it's a really beautiful photo I want to show you here of the DiViNE hotel. This is the hotel we'll be in, and you'll see over here ways to book in with that. Here's our sponsorship packages. If you want to be part of the event, you have the chance for us to really just promote you at the event for about €400, and you don't have to be there. We'll give a discovery call link. We can run your reel on our promo reels during break times and lunch times, and as we start the event. And then you move up in category all the way up to 2.5K, where we have you on our business networking table the day after, where you meet our partners that can help organize events for you, introduce you to colleagues, partners, and strategic collaborators. And then we also give some PR and the SEO that I mentioned to you before with Elena's help. At the bottom of this page, you'll see the Cyprus project, where again, we have some speaking, a little bit of history about Cyprus. But the part I want to draw your attention to is this next book project. So here you go. The next book is already ready. We're looking now for our collaborators, and we'll be giving an opportunity to you to then be on our stage in 2025, which is planned at the moment for Cyprus, possibly Saudi Arabia, and possibly New Jersey. If you're interested in any of these opportunities, you can also book a call with me. I will be very happy to meet with you in the next Sunday, where I showcase another part of my executive network, women who are really devoted to supporting you in many different ways, and a very specific focus always on visibility. As you've seen tonight with our two guests, you'll meet more in the coming weeks, where you get a chance to learn about how you can stay relevant and how to really rank as a woman who stands for something and who has an impact in society. I would really love to meet you, get to know you and your business, and suggest and advise a little bit more for what could be a next step for you. If you're interested in any of those personalized services, you can just reach out on my website, book a Calendly call, discovery call, 20 minutes for free, and we can have a chat. If you want to get the book, or you want to come to Dubai, or anything else, do the same. And for all of you out there who keep supporting the work that we're doing, or who just show up to these lives and really watch to the end, I want to thank you so much for your support and your love and your contribution. And anytime you're a little lost or not so sure, remember, it's up to you to elevate your destiny. And there are many, many people that will arrive the minute you make that decision. Thank you so much for watching.